And finally, new rule. Someone has to tell me why we keep allowing social media and our very lives as social creatures to be dictated by the most socially awkward person in history. In case you missed it, a couple of weeks ago, Facebook announced that the name of the parent company has been changed to Meta, the better to reflect Mark Zuckerberg's new master plan for what he has called an embodied internet, where instead of viewing content, you are in it. Because why spend hours typing on Facebook to argue with your brother-in-law about ivermectin when your avatar can yell at his avatar in person? Well, not in person, of course, in the Matrix, where Mark wants us all to live. He says anything you do in real life can be done in this new Metaverse. Playing cards, sitting in a park, getting a bad haircut. It's easy. You just put on goggles, gloves, and, I don't know, suction cups on your balls, and now you're in the magical land of the Metaverse because everyone looks cool with shit strapped to their head. In the Metaverse, you can tour the pyramids or have a sword fight with a duck. All without having to leave the comfort of your parents' basement. We've all seen this depicted in movies like Ready Player One, where an elaborate metaverse serves as a retreat for people to escape the misery of existence. Something I always felt was better handled by weed, but... But I'm not a visionary like Mark Zuckerberg. I tried virtual reality once, and I don't know, I put on the goggles, and suddenly I was in a hot air balloon over France, and then I was riding a broomstick around Hogwarts, and then I was in the bathroom throwing up. It was like getting roofied by Walt Disney. Here's some actual footage from Zuckerberg's recent presentation about what this new world will look like. That's right, you're at a concert with a friend who seems to be a ghost, and a giraffe who has better seats than you, which is selfish when you're that tall. But that's Mark's vision, that two friends can attend a concert together when in reality, I mean the old reality, both are really sitting at home. What great fun, especially for the band playing to an empty stadium. That's right, a concert where no one has to actually be at the concert. Or as Travis Scott said, now you tell me. But I must say, I'm a little worried that if we get ourselves too far away from reality, we won't be able to find our way back. Phony used to be a bad thing, and keeping it real was good. That's why I named this show Real Time and not Avatar Time. We just went through a pandemic. The last thing I want is more virtual. And that's what the Metaverse sounds like it's going to be, the pandemic year, except forever. You have to ask yourself, why does Mark Zuckerberg think living in a metaverse would be so much better? Because look at him. The dead eyes. The lack of recognizable human features, the painted-on hair. He's already an avatar. I'm pretty sure that the person we think is Zuckerberg is a sim. Well, the real one lives on a yacht staffed by 100 beautiful women where he plays Pokemon Go all day. This is the worst kind of person to make the overlord of a new universe. Even before the pandemic, nearly 3 in 10 American males between 18 and 30 weren't having sex. Almost triple what that number was 10 years earlier. The closest they come to talking to a girl is Alexa. And And spending so much time on screens has a lot to do with that. This is the phenomenon known as incels. Incels. Yeah, that's short for involuntarily celibate. And it's not harmless. It never is. When any society, for whatever reason, creates men who are cut off from women. And it's not going well here with the incels. It has become a toxic subculture of angry, misogynistic digital eunuchs. And the metaverse is only going to make it meta-worse, because it's a vicious cycle. The more time you spend in the virtual world, the more you suck at engaging in the real world. So the more... Yeah. So the more you retreat into the virtual, which further atrophies your real social skills, including and most importantly, getting laid. You've heard of the cycle of life. This is the cycle of get a life. Of men with no game who immerse themselves, ironically, in games and other substitutes for female companionship, especially hero movies. Oh, they all want to be a hero so badly. All the movies are about how a hero will rise. There's always a hero rising. You want to be a hero? Rise from the couch. Rise from the couch. Lose the cargo shorts. Get a shirt with a collar. Brush the crumbs off your beard. Shave your beard and talk to a girl. Earn it. Earn being heroic by taking that long, brave walk across a room to ask someone out. The vast majority of men don't have to fight wars anymore or hunt for food, and Lord knows there aren't any real Lokis or Green Goblins to fight. The one place you can step up and show courage is this: be a hero to women. Show yourself. Show yourself you still have an ounce of courage in your nutsack by risking rejection and going up to a girl. And if it doesn't work out, then you can go home and spank it.